What's happening, my people? So it's your boy ChanceJolivette, aka Smooth, back with another video. So today what we're going to be talking about is The Walking Dead, Season 11, Episode 11, Rogue Element. This episode right here was very Matlock, very Scooby-Doo mystery. Like, this is a detective-themed episode, man. Like, you got to figure out what's happening and stuff. Like, they have a different take to this episode. So it starts off, man, Eugene and his boo Stephanie, they in the bed, looking like they living the life. She's reading his novel. He's like, oh, well, my novel is not finished. I didn't, why did you read it? This and that. So, oh, I enjoyed it and stuff. And you're like, well, Stephanie, I love you. I love you. And she pauses for a long while. It's like, I love you too. Then it was good till it wasn't, cause she was like, oh, Justin Timberlake song back, gone. Was that Justin Timberlake? I don't remember, but she was gone. But Connie and Kelly, they trying to dig around. They want to see what happened with Homeboy, man. Like at the ball, he was an ex-stormtrooper. I call them stormtroopers or whatever. So he was a Commonwealth soldier. And he was highly ranked and decorated and stuff. And then he just flipped. And then they ousted him out and everything. And then he had something that stuck in their head. He said something about there are thousands more of us. So the story is like half told. Connie is like a writer at this point. That's what she did before the apocalypse and whatever. So she like, I want to get to the bottom of this story. And they like, let it go. Look. Do what you told and stuff. Like, don't push the envelope and whatever. But Connie, she seems like she's not that kind of person. Like, she's going to push the envelope. She's going to do what she got to do. Even whenever they talking, like his homegirl, Kelly is interpreting for her. Like, whenever they doing their sign language, even Kelly doesn't want to say, like, everything that she's saying. Because she's like, maybe you're going a little too far. But, Carol, she talks to Hornsby. They are riding in the wagon. They're leaving out of the city and stuff. He kind of tells her like behind the scenes of what makes the Commonwealth tick and how he is in his predicament, his position. Because before I ain't gonna say before the apocalypse, I don't know when it happened, but he was like low on the totem pole or whatever. But he made himself worthy, made himself an asset. So he built himself up. So now he is in the position that he is in now. He's in a power position. And so Carol, she kind of peeping at this man. And really they on their way to pretty much make a drug deal. Like that is why he took her along and stuff. And Eugene, he's searching for his boo and stuff. Like he's putting together the pieces and he's making a board and stuff. So he's getting all the details and stuff. He follows like this supposed plumber and whatever. It is nighttime. He follows him. He goes to the plumbing business that looks like it's run down. It's not functioning. But people are in and out of there at all times of the night. Look like one of the figures, they had like a suit on. I'm like, man, that's Hornsby. That is Hornsby. And if you watch the episode, it does turn out to be him. The stormtroopers, Connie and Kelly and them, they go talk to Mercer and this and that, but then they see like they're incompetent as hell. Like they're out there, they're fighting a wave of walkers or whatever, and they got all this armor and everything. They running. Oh my god. Mercer is killing all of them. So Mercer has to save all of them. Then he goes back talk to Connie and Kelly and them and stuff. Like, I think if we get into battle situations and stuff other than Mercer, like the OGs from The Walking Dead and stuff, like, they might be outnumbered for the time being. But shit, I think they can kick their ass. The Stormtroopers, them, they suck. But we kind of see that because Homeboy was highly decorated and Princess kicked his ass in the train. So it's like, they not built for combat. Carol, she ends up being a valuable person because she in the poppy fields or whatever they growing. What can I say this is? It's like poppies. It's like you can make heroin out of it and stuff like that or whatever. I'm not super drug dude or anything. Just because I'm black, I don't know all about drugs. But so they need some of these drugs for them to be able to use in the medical field for anesthesia and stuff like that, probably. But the people that's growing it, they some funny characters or whatever. It reminds me of Ozark. Because they growing the poppies and stuff too. But so they want more. They like well, my workers, they're complaining they want more of the pie and this and that. Carol, she's a ex-victim of domestic violence and stuff like that, and she's just been around the block. She's seen this world and the next world, and she knows. Like to look between the lines and see what's happening. So what's really happening is homeboy is he making the workers work their ass off, and he taking all of their pay and stuff. So he's beating them. It's a bunch of women and stuff. So he's beating them and doing all kind of stuff. So she peeps that out. So she ends up being a valuable commodity on this trip because she points that out. She's like, I found out everything that's happening. And homeboy, like, we can get the drugs and stuff. We can get the workers back working because they was on strike. It's him. So she helps out in that situation. So she has proven herself to be a good commodity. So she can elevate in the Commonwealth. Like the Commonwealth is a funny, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But Eugene the princess, he gets princess to go with him and see things, and she sees the board and everything. She's like, she's worried about his well-being and stuff, but he's following. They try, I need you to help me break into this. You're like, I'm doing good in this place. Like, you look like you kind of destroyed and stuff, man. Don't mess this up for me. Princess kind of happy where she at. Like, she was isolated. She just like being around people and stuff. She not tripping. But Eugene, he pushes the envelope, they crawl in the window and stuff, they find weapons and this and that, it starts raining. So homeboy comes back, they have to rush out, they get busted. So whenever they busted, Hornsby, he comes back to the city, he's like, okay, look, we seen what happened, like, I will turn the other way, homeboy knows that you've been through a lot, look, we're gonna let this slide, just sign these papers, get out of the way. We can see that Hornsby is covering up for something. Kelly and Connie, they get a lead on the story. They get a list of names. I'm pretty sure that's Mercer. They got the list because when he went back to look for I think his name is Tyler. He's like, where is dude and stuff? This was under my authority. Nobody could move him. They're like, yeah, but they did. So he sees that something is up, and he's going to be mad about that. So he gave Connie and Kelly the information. I'm pretty sure it's Mercer. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that storyline. Eugene, he finally decides, he's like, I'm tired of all this. People been leading me astray this whole episode. I'm going into the plumbing business. So he infiltrates the plumbing business and stuff. They find him out. Somebody kicks the hell out of him. They kick him in the stomach. He flips. That's a bad feeling. If you ever got the wind knocked out of you, that shit hurts. He looking up. Turns out it's Stephanie, the love of his life. Is she like, she not looking like, oh, I didn't know it was you. She looking like, God damn it, your fucking ass done came over here. Then he looks up. Hornsby is on the steps and stuff. He talking to him. You've been playing me the whole time, and you made me go back here, and Stephanie, this was a ruse, and this and that. I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill Eugene. Homeboy's like, okay, tell them. You already signed the paper that said that you was mentally distraught and you was out of your mind, and nobody gonna believe you. Like, and your people, they was about to starve. All I wanted to do was bring y'all over here to be productive members of society. That's what the Commonwealth needs, people, to keep everything running. So they wanted the people to come into their society and work and use their skills. So that was the reason for taking the Alexandrians in, and they like, your people, a lot of them probably seem happy. You think they want to go back out there in the wild when they in this life? Tell. So it's leaving Eugene in a fucked up place. It's like, it's no win situation. So we get to the end of the episode. He's chilling. He burning all this stuff. He burning all the board and stuff. Then he throws his novel in the trash. He burns his novel. He like, then somebody talks some. I'm like, that's the Stephanie from that been, and she wants to clear things up with him. No, it's the actual Stephanie. Like that really wasn't the woman he was talking to on the radio that got him into the city. It was a whole nother woman. And it's accurate. Because in the comic book, she is a black female. In Homegirl, she looks like she's you can't see her too well, but it looks like she might be a black lady. But in the comic book, she was black. So I should have put it together that wasn't the real Stephanie or whatever. But we wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have known. But usually, especially nowadays, if the character is black or something in the comic book, they're not gonna switch it out for a white character. They would have did it back in the days, but now in this culture, it's like, oh, so you switched the color and stuff. But look like it's gonna be interesting. I want to see when Rick come back. Hell, I know Rick is coming back at some point. I want to see Rick. And I don't know if Michonne is gonna make a guest appearance, man, because it's looking like she's filming Black Panther and stuff, man. So I don't know, but man, I think they filmed Walking Dead in Atlanta. That's where they filmed like the last Black Panther. Michonne got to get a guest appearance, man. Like Michonne and Rick and them, they got. I want to see them before the season is over. But that's my thoughts on the episode. I kind of like this episode. It had a different take on it, but I want to see more Daryl. I want to see what Maggie and them is doing back at the hilltop or Alexandria or whatever. I want to see those things. So that's what's interesting to me. I'm happy that they showed Eugene and them because I wanted to see what happened with their story. But now I'm good with that. Like we can see what the new Stephanie and this and that. But I also want to see like they had the people, the rebels. I want to see what's up with the rebellion and who is leading that. That's gonna be interesting. But that's my thoughts, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Go be the greatest and most hated. Holla at your boy. Peace.